It's been really inspiring to meet all of these incredible women, particularly women, incredible men as well, incredible people really, doing, like, against all odds, you know, just the best and the worst in people, like, has evidently come out, and I've seen a lot of the best today. And that's always, you know, it's a very strange thing, but it does fill me with a sort of joy to see the kind of efforts that have been, you know, the initiatives and the care and the depths of, like, the love, just because it's love and just because people are in need. I think what shocked me the most is the same thing that most people said shocked them the most, is that the evidence is so ample of just there being nobody official around. And that is really just such a letdown because we fight wars over this and trying to sell this idea of safety and human rights and basic human needs being covered in a free and democratic society. You know, we bomb countries because they don't agree with that. And then you see just the fact that no one really was there, and that was really shocking. But you know, and that is always the shocking thing was that it's always a sneaking suspicion, but actually, when you see the reality and the practicality of that, how that plays out, that's when it just becomes really annoying. I found it really hard to swallow that the council came in and changed the locks on a, like, civil center, on a civilian center, on a community center that was helping people. That's pretty shocking. I found it shocking that that people had been, you know, told by the police to stop writing letters complaining about the terrible building conditions at Grenfell Tower. Told them to cease and desist because they were going, excuse me, I think our building is in serious health and safety danger for us all living in it. And they got told to cease and desist. Less people died in the fire of London of 1666 that everyone commemorates to this day than in Grenfell Tower a month ago. That is crazy. And it's also shocking the amount of people that have died that are not going to be counted as dead, or that haven't been counted as dead or missing. The most beautiful thing about this community is that it has systems in place that support, like, different factions of it, and that are willing to do so because they care. And I think those systems and those organizations and those people need to be supported by the money and the state, and need to be not just supported but applauded and fucking elevated and thanked for the work that they're doing, instead of being told to go through all this bureaucratic nightmare of becoming like an official charity or like all of these things. You know, those things will come, of course. You know, you have to get those logistics in place eventually, but right now the focus doesn't need to be on that. The focus needs to be on supporting the communities with every freaking penny that is available and just raising them up to allow them to do the work that they're doing. The healing process is long, and we need to be looking forward into, like, you know, what the Native Americans say, 7 generations to come. Think 7 generations ahead. And I think it could be the start of something beautiful. Justice needs to be sought, and the people responsible for the negligence, but not just of the building, also of the community, they need to, I mean, there needs to be consequences, and those people need to be punished for their behavior, you know, not because they're bad or because they did something really wrong, you know, they did something wrong and a lot of people died as a consequence. So that seems to be a big feeling, but mainly is to let people here do what they do and what they're good at doing, which is supporting the community because they know people, and it is something that has always been there. Like people talk about elders here. That word is so out of fashion in any other neighborhood that people talk about elders. There are those people. There is that place, and so there's a strong sentiment of let the Grove and Latimer do like what the Grove and Latimer do. So that's what I want. That sounds good.